Yeah, so Disney Corp is going woke. What else is new? Who cares what they think about education policy? Or, by the way, who cares what they think about anything? I don't care. Just run your damn amusement park. Anyway, joining me to talk about this, Jason Chaffetz, former Utah House member and Fox News contributor, and Mark Simone, WOR radio host. You're the highest-rated radio guy in the world, in the country.
Well, you're the highest-rated television show. That's why I'm here.
Well, we're on business TV anyway, but thank you for that. I appreciate it. All right, so this is, look, let's just set stage real quick. The Parental Rights in Education bill from Governor DeSantis, right, prohibits Florida educators from teaching about sexual orientation or gender identity in kindergarten through third grade, which does not strike me as a horrible request. And the Disney Corporation, our goal as a company is for this law to be repealed by the legislature or struck down in the courts, and we remain committed to supporting the national and state organizations working to achieve that. We are dedicated to standing up for the rights and safety of LGBTQ+. I mean, can't they just run their amusement park? I'm not interested in their education policy. What you think, Jason?
Yeah, I mean, worry more about getting Winnie the Pooh out there to greet the kids and Mickey Mouse and shaking hands with the kids. Look, if I was a shareholder, I'd be offended that the management there at Disney is offending the majority of Americans. Why create and bring this problem on? They should take an agnostic position as it relates to government politics, stay out of it, do with the core of their business. If you're trying to drive shareholder value, you want to maximize the number of people watching your show and participating. If behind the scenes they've got an agenda where they need to have a certain number of ethnicities represented, I understand that. But don't go out there and pick on the governor and offend the majority, I think, of Americans and their families and their parents.
Probably the majority of people that come to Disney World. Okay?
The ones that drive the revenue.
It's kind of a middle-class kind of amusement park and so forth. By the way, you mentioned Shareholders, played right into this one, which I love. A year ago, the Disney stock was 197. Today, it's 140. So the 52-week change is minus 36%. Did they underperform the market? Yes, they did. The S&P 500 is up 16%, while Disney is down 36%. So they ought to kind of stick to their own knittings, which is profits, earnings, efficiency, productivity, Mark Simone?
Walt Disney's turning over in his freezer. I mean,
yes.
If you're a Disney shareholder, you should be furious. This was a great stock for decades. How did they get involved in a scandal that they have absolutely no connection to? They have nothing to do with this scandal. Drag themselves into it. Stop holding town halls. Every CEO in the world, don't ever hold a town hall in the age of cell phones. Everything's going to get recorded and repeated. It's a disaster. The bill is pretty simple. No one is allowed to discuss sexuality with a 6-year-old.
Right.
That should be a federal law. Nobody anywhere can discuss sexuality with a 6-year-old.
By the way, Walt Disney was a pal of Reagan's.
Yeah.
He was a conservative. He was a conservative lifestyle guy, but he was a conservative politically. But all he wanted to do was have these, you know, Disneyland, great films. I mean, Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse, and guy grew up with it. Now we're talking about woke and education and LGBTQ. Look, I don't care about the sexual thing. I'm just saying, who cares? This is a generic issue, Jason Chaffetz. These companies are weighing in on policy issues, whether anyone asks them or not. I don't get that. Now, I had lunch with somebody today, no name, who's a corporate advisor, who said, well, they're lower-level employees. I said, so what? Just tell them to pipe down. That's not the business they're in. If they don't get that, shouldn't be in the business.
Yeah, after hours, if they want to participate with a political party or if you exercise their free speech, great. But when you come to work at your company, do the work that you're supposed to do. Don't be out there trying to advocate for a political agenda that is going to be divisive. And they picked the wrong one. I mean, they're making Ron DeSantis just look like the political... to go out and suggest that second graders should be taught about their sexual preferences and gender choices, it's just perverted, in my opinion.
DeSantis should give them a tax credit for promoting his presidential campaign. I mean, really, or send something to their PAC. Me think he doth protest too much. He's a very smart politician, and he's been an excellent governor, no question. But this kind of thing from this kind of company really helps him. It doesn't hurt him at helps them.
Yeah, it should be declared a campaign contribution.
Can I ask you, though, why do these companies, I mean, we had this with the All-Star game in Atlanta, when Delta Airlines and a couple others, they wound up losing the All-Star game, cost a lot of money for small black business. Why do these companies feel compelled to get into these? It's funny, they're not even tax issues which would affect the company or regulatory issues. They're social issues. They're left-wing, woke social issues. What's up with that?
They're terrified. They're terrified. They're scared. You know, great CEOs from the Jack Welch, Lee Iacocca, Rupert Murdoch. You can't picture them panicking, getting afraid. They would simply say, "We're in the amusement park business. You know, we make Ferris wheels. We don't get involved in education. It's not our field." But they're afraid to not be totally woke and just cave in on everything.
They do so at their own peril. They're paying the price.
Can I just tell you, I love it that their stock price is down 36%. Serves them right. Jason Chaffetz and Mark Simone and Governor Ron DeSantis. Thanks ever so much. And Disney. Where is Walt Disney now that we need him?